For many, the road to recovery from Hurricane Harvey continues. The city of Rockport took a direct hit a year ago, and many people there didn't just lose their homes, they lost their livelihoods.
First Warn 5 meteorologist Cecilia Gutierrez takes us back to Rockport a year later to see how residents are doing.
The massive piles of debris that once lined the streets of Rockport are gone, but a year later, the damage that Harvey left can still be seen. Just a 3-hour drive up the coastal bend and you'll run into the city of Rockport. If you went back today, the city looks pieced back together until you take a deeper look.
It's survived a lot of storms. The most memorable, at least in the history books, is the 1919 storm. It was an unnamed storm.
This is the second major hurricane Rusty Day's home and business has been through within its lifetime. Day says Hurricane Harvey was the storm that left them uncertain if they would ever reopen.
It beat the house up pretty good. It beat the paint up real bad.
We first introduced you today just hours after Hurricane Harvey hit a year ago.
Upon reflection at the year's mark, you look back at day one and you go, day one, you knew what you had to do. You had to get back up and running. You had to preserve your stuff. A lot of people have just decided to walk away.
Day decided to stay and says his business, a bed and breakfast called the Angel Rose, is still recovering. He knows he's not the only one in recovery mode.
You saw pretty much a quarter of the structures here lost.
President and CEO of the Rockport Chamber of Commerce, Diane Probst, says the economy in Rockport took a major hit from Harvey.
Our county was just beat up. 95% of the structures here had something wrong with them.
She says a year later, businesses are still recovering, but as the season starts to change, the worry starts to set in again.
We've got to get through our slow periods. Economic downturn for us starts around September, October, November.
Probst mentions the non-tourist season is usually not a problem. She says that's changed because the city's business population is only sitting at 84% a year later.
We're very concerned about the businesses here.
She says even though the road ahead of them is a long one,
they know that we'll recover and get through the recovery process, and they want to be here when it comes back great again.
The spirit of the people of Rockport is what keeps the economy here alive. In Rockport, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News.